activities that I have mentioned. The EMBL also sponsors a set or certain number of outreach activities. Among those is a Science and Society program that I have headed since 1998. And within it, we run an interdisciplinary seminar series, and we organize with MBO, our sister organization, we organize annually we organize Science and Society conferences, and each time we select a theme to focus on. And for this year's conference, we chose to focus on the theme of difference between the sexes from biology to behavior. For all of the activities that we organize, or the aim of all of the activities that we organize within the Science and Society program is to facilitate public understanding of research within the life sciences, and to promote a constructive dialogue between a wide range of researchers and members of the public. And evidently also this certainly applies to the meeting that we are having here today, which is actually the fourth in what has become a series of EMBL, EBI, Science and Society Symposia. Previously we have had such meetings on themes like biology and language, the personal genome, and last year the biology of aging. This year we decided to focus on questions relating to ownership. Science is always and everywhere embedded in both historical, social, and economic contexts. And it is an open question how each context influences not only how science is done, but also the relationship between scientists and the new knowledge and artifacts that they produce. And ultimately, the relationship between the producers, the products, and the society that is expected to benefit in one way or another from the sciences that it funds. This is most briefly stated the thematic that we chose for this year's meeting. And to tackle it, we put together a panel of expert speakers, and and they will reflect for us on various aspects of perspectives on these issues, and then take part in an open panel discussion. So without further ado, I will hand you over to Sir John Sulston, who will introduce and chair the meeting from now on. I assume that that John's reputation as one of the leading scientists of our times is well known to most of you. He is, of course, famous for his important contributions to the study of the popular worm C. elegans, in particular its cellular development from egg to organism. He has also played a key role in the advancement of genomics, and his outstanding success as a research scientist was crowned with his awarding of the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine that he shared with Sidney Brenner and Robert Horwitz in 2002. John is a member of the Royal Society, and he has held many important positions and received numerous honors in the course of his career. Currently, he chairs the Institute for Science Ethics and Innovation at the University of Manchester. John.
Thank you very much. I won't detain you for more than a moment because you've already had a very good introduction, but I'd just like to quickly give my own take on what we're here for today. Science is growing and changing, and so is society. In economic growth, in education, and of course in globalization, which is affecting us all in lots of ways, is leading to new challenges. Very large, some of them really threatening, and some not so large. And some may see our discussion today as a debate. And in certain particulars, that may be appropriate. But as Haldor has indicated, for the overall, it's about finding the right balance, the right terms for the implicit social contract between science and society. And so just 4 thoughts. One is that science is a huge and complex enterprise. And we need to consider not just the individual practitioners of science, but also those who manage, those who fund, those who govern, and those who benefit, as well as those who profit. This is all part of the huge enterprise. The outcomes from this concern not only innovation and wealth creation, which are made so prominent at the moment, not surprising, as we emerge from a recession in particular, but indeed are necessary for our well-being in a competitive world. But they also concern, these outcomes, such broader issues as trust, enormously important, and above all, I would say they concern the contribution of science to our future. Because, thirdly, let's not forget that science is not just a means to improve human welfare, valuable as that is, but science is also a part of our culture. And indeed, our exploration of life, the universe, and everything through science, enlarging our perception of the human condition, is perhaps the greatest driver of human culture that we possess. And so, fourthly, the methods of science, the building of rational, reliable knowledge and understanding from a multitude of sometimes flawed and certainly variously motivated inputs, is a triumph. Science is a model of democracy, as it should be, and as it must be if we're to survive. And scientific method provides us with an escape from deontology without recourse to dictatorship. Now, I greatly look forward to hearing from our 4 excellent speakers, because between them they span the whole range of the scientific enterprise, which I've just given my little take on. But in addition, each of them individually has broad experience across more than one sector of this enterprise. And so we're having a rich and very informative input to our thinking this afternoon. Now, the first speaker is David Searles, who began his career with a degree in philosophy and life sciences at MIT, went on to take a PhD at Johns Hopkins, and then became, at Philadelphia, interested in computational biology. And that's really where he's been, this is the field he's been in since then. He worked at the Unisys Corporation for quite a while on artificial intelligence, and there I think you became interested in analysis of DNA sequence for the first time, and you began to co-found some of the societies that have to do with that. You then eventually went to SmithKline which after a further merger turned into GlaxoSmithKline, where you were for a number of years in informatics, and now you're an independent consultant on quite a number of informatics advisory committees, which I apologise for not this team, but I think we get the picture. So you have a tremendously broad experience going across all these things. David, please enlighten us.